Okay. Determined to start.
Yes. This is your baby.
My baby.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we can
So you're the
start.
more Indian one than I. Although, not when you're watching a Springboks game.
I'm a mixed. I'm a good mixture. I'm South African. This is why it's about South Africa and not India when we play cricket, Priyanka.
Listen, we left that back in the other podcast.
Take note.
Stop double shaming me.
Okay. I guess I think it'll be I wanted to speak about it because I think it's important. From my perspective, I don't think I've done enough on this topic in terms of educating myself or even giving this knowledge space in my life to the extent I think it should hold. So what we're going to be speaking about today are our forefathers and mothers. Yes, Franca. Our forefathers and our foremothers. Foremothers. Why does it not sound right when you put the
I don't know. Mothers.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so I think it's nice to just maybe take a step back and acknowledge where we've come from as an Indian community. Also looking at, I think just giving credit for what people have done before us that have paved the way, I think, for us to be in positions like this, that affords us the ability to speak our mind so freely, and be maybe sometimes going against
What they taught us.
yes, going against the grain. But yeah, I think I don't know a lot about the topic. So I think it's very much an episode where we are learning together and just maybe starting a conversation with our small community that we have now.
Yeah.
Yes. So, where do you want to start? At the beginning.
Yeah, at the very beginning.
At the beginning.
So I think my family has always spoke about this like in passing. Like I've always heard like my dad and my mom and my grandfather like speak about when they came on the ship and those things. And the SS Truro and like that's like sort of the lingo that would be in the household.
Right.
But I don't think I ever paid too much attention to it. I was telling you like in the car, like I feel so connected to my Indian side, but then I somehow blocked the entire fact that we came here from another continent. Which is like, yeah, it's mind-boggling sometimes because you somewhat feel lost in identity between the two, like being South African and then being Indian. But what I've researched and what I actually took time to look at now, when we said we're going to do this topic, is that the SS Truro in 1860 actually docked in Durban with 342 indentured laborers from Madras, which is now
Chennai, right?
Yeah. And what's pretty interesting was that it was meant to be a 5-year contract. And it was followed by an option to return to India or re-indenture for another 5 years. And many stayed because the return back home was actually unaffordable. And weirdly enough, I always thought, and we spoke about this when we said we came as slaves, as workers to work here on the sugarcane fields. But from doing a little bit of research, it says that the Indian people that did decide to come down did it of their own will and had to pay for it on their own. So it was actually considered more of the elitist class that actually came to South Africa because they could afford to do so. So I don't know if you knew that.
I had like the contrary opinion in my head because what I've been told from people that do go to India of South African descent is that they look at us, look down on us, like almost like we like lower class people for making that trip to South Africa. And what I read was these 5-year contracts. They were actually called grimmets.
Okay.
Because there was like a misinterpretation of the word agreement.
Okay.
So they were called grimmets.
Right.
And our ancestors actually didn't know what the detail of the contracts that they were signing because they were obviously illiterate. So they came here on the premise that they were going to get paid well, they were going to get free housing, start what was meant to be a better quality life than they were leading in India. And I think when they came here, it was obviously not the dream that was sold to them. And reading as well, just the conditions that they had to endure on the travel from India to South Africa was like mind-blowing to me because they were like, no, it was not sanitary, number one.
Yes.
I know that there were a few or maybe probably multiple people that died during that trip.
They said it took 3 weeks, I think.
I don't know the years
to come from
India.
From India to South Africa. It took about 3 weeks by ship. Yeah.
And I'm thinking, and I wanted to reflect, like if we had the opportunity now, would you still make that sacrifice for your family for a better life? Think about the mindset you've had to had, right? Like you sold this picture, it's like us immigrating now to another country. You sold this picture of like a better life, better quality life for your kids, whatever. And then you leave everything that you know to get to another country, and then it's not what you expect.
What you expect it to be. It's very brave. Well, I think it's very brave. I know it's now a lot of the Indian parents encourage it for us to go overseas. Like go back but somewhere else now. But it's very brave, especially on the front that you were hoping for a better life. And actually can't imagine what we would be or how things would be if we didn't actually come. Because like I look at you and I'm like, you are South African through and through. But I'm also like, what does that even mean?
That's true. But before we go on, because I also want to speak about that, but have you seen like one of the first pictures of them getting off?
I've seen a few pictures, but I don't think I've seen the one that you were talking about.
Because to me, it actually made me kind of sick to my tummy. This was them. Are we going to put a little blurb so that people can also see it? But I've never seen this picture in my life. Have you?
I've not seen this, no.
And interesting enough, I think it was a year before we came to Natal that slavery was abolished, quote unquote. And that the British needed cheap labor on the sugarcane fields or whatever, which is how they concocted this whole indentured system. Which from what I've read, many historians have basically said it was slavery, just dressed up a bit better. And then there were other ones.
Oh my gosh.
That you can see.
I think I've seen a few like these.
I don't know why I feel like I also blocked it out
I completely
of my mind.
I've seen it, and like I said, my family has definitely spoken about it, and I know we celebrate like every year. It's like
Yes.
on the date that they arrived. It's like you say
Yes.
so many years or
Yes.
whatever. But
I
I
don't
have
think we
blocked it out.
ever understood the significance behind it. Because my granddad always used to say as well, because my great granny and great grandfather, they're from Chennai and Bangalore. And then on my dad's side, his granny, great granny, I'm gonna be bad because I honestly can't remember, but she came in the ship and she was 12.
Sure.
And she came without any parents, any siblings, like all alone. And I'm like thinking as a 12-year-old, how do you, number one, make that decision, but number two, get here and create such a big family and have such a legacy that is living now of absolutely resilient people.
Yes.
Just from one person
No, it's crazy.
being brave enough to make that decision, number one, and number two, being resilient enough to withstand the conditions. So what I've heard from them working on the field, from what I've read, is it was like 14 to 16-hour days. That they used to be like guards watching them 24/7 with like a shambok or whatever it was. So if you made like any little mistake or did anything wrong, you're obviously like severely punished for it. And then they used to have like, I think they used to take stuff off your wages if you did anything wrong. I don't know like the severity of what they had to endure, but obviously the housing that they were promised was not it. Like you lived all together in the same space with like multiple families. So I'm just like, yes. I'm like, why have we, okay, we know it, but I don't think we've, like I said, I don't think we in our families have paid much, given it the weight I think it deserves and the recognition it deserves, number one. And number two, I think it also should be taught more in schools. Because I feel like as Indians, we've cemented our place in South African history that we should be given the space in our schooling system and afforded the respect to be taught about it a bit more openly, whether you are taking history as a subject or not, because we are part of South African history. But I don't, for me personally, I don't feel like it's being given the respect it deserves.
Learning about like Mahatma Gandhi, but that was, I think, the most. But then again, I don't know if I just blocked it out or if it was actually taught to us a little bit more in depth. And like we always talk about the SS Churro, but like even you were talking about your great granny, right? Like my grandfather, his father came on the ship as a child. And I think he told us that that ship was, I don't know if it was SS, but I think it was the SS Congelia. He always like mentioned, because there were different ships that came.
Yes.
And you talk about like cementing ourselves here and like how much we had to also like learn though and grow, because my great grandfather couldn't speak English, and it's like,
and now we can't speak Tamil.
And now we can't speak, our native language, our mother tongue, and it's, you know what, I can understand. I did go to Tamil school. I was forced. In like from grade 1 to grade 3. I did go. But I understand most Tamil and I understand Hindi like really well because of the movies I told you that I used to sit and watch. But like I can't write. I do remember learning how to write in Tamil, but it's so complex.
Yes. Which is why I did Hindi.
Okay.
I did Hindi as a subject in high school all through to matric. And I ended up writing a whole, because our third paper is like a language paper that you write for English. Or for Afrikaans, I wrote my third paper in Hindi, complete essay.
Wow.
Don't ask me to speak a word of it though.
Oh my god.
I don't know how that, because I think obviously I feel like to carry that, you have to actively be speaking it all the time, you know? And I feel like because no one actually speaks it in my family, it's like you lose if you're not practicing, you lose it. Like I can understand, but to speak it fluently, I can't.
Because
I know the bad one.
Oh gosh.
I don't know how to speak it fluently.
Yeah, that is true. That's very sad though.
Yes.
We can't, because I think it's so impressive to know another language and to be able to connect with people on that front.
I think so, because when you go out of India, like you're out of place, but that's actually the place you should belong the most, right?
But yeah, I don't know. I also feel like, because my dad's been to India multiple times and my mom's also been. I haven't been as yet, although I would love to go at some point. But it's also so vast. Like you can't do everything in one trip. But I also feel like when you go there, although you're Indian, like it's like people know that you're not from there.
Yeah.
And I think it's so easy to pick up, because even here in South Africa, like it's so easy to identify someone that's an Indian national.
Correct.
As opposed to us.
Yes.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like you feel like you're neither here nor there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one.
I also think so. So fun fact, between the 1860 and 1911, there were about 152,000 Indians were shipped to South Africa, and there were like around 384 of these trips. And as you mentioned, the first ship was the Truro that arrived in Durban on the 16th of November, carrying men, women, children, all leaving behind whatever was familiar to them at that point. What I didn't know and I learned now is not everyone came as an indentured laborer. Like some came out of their own free will to start like businesses. And whatever here, which I didn't know. Oh yeah, the journey, you said it took 6 to 8 weeks. Yeah. Poor sanitation, little food, disease spread quickly.
Yeah.
I know some women gave birth.
Yeah. No, it's cheesy. Also, I think when we speak about it as Indian, like this is where I still battle with it, because I feel till today people confuse religion with culture, with like your ethnicity. But also when we say Indians, that constituted of also like Muslim people and Hindu people and like Sikh and Christians
and Gujarati.
Exactly.
Yes.
So there's so many different cultures that came to South Africa, and the cultures within India itself is also so different. Like whether you're looking at a north and south split, but then also with the different communities from a language perspective, like Tamil speaking versus Malayalam speaking, which I got to know a bit more about, because my surname, when we traced it back, we found that a majority of those people came from Kerala. And so for me, it's a split between Chennai and Kerala if I'm looking directly from my mom and my dad's side. So like I learned about like the festival of like Onam. And that they do they
celebrated,
Yes. So
I'm thinking about was the food now, because did you see their
I did.
thali on that?
Yes.
Just so
silly. Yes. So I think we also like sometimes just say Indian, but it's so much broader than that as well.
And what I have heard, because on my dad's side, my auntie actually was able to trace back. And the only way you are able to trace back is you have to have like the number. This is basically your identity or slave number or indentured number that they gave you, because they didn't give you your name or put anything. It was numbers. So if you don't have that number, you can't like trace back. And I think it was like the university of KwaZulu-Natal that still has the records of like all the Indians that did come to South Africa. But I think what I also want to recognize is the conditions they came in, and what they did to survive and thrive, number one, because I don't feel like any of them ever adopted a victim mentality of like, oh my God, this is what I've been dealt now. Like, let's just call it a day. I think they made the most out of what they were given. And maybe that's why we get a really good work
ethic. It might not be working in our favor in this day and age. We need a little bit more of the spiciness and yeah. I think the work ethic is killing us.
But just to think like that's the conditions they came in and the community that we've now built to go from like cane cutter to now have Indians as doctors, lawyers, management consultants, business owners. Like it just blows my mind, I think. Because you could have become a victim of your situation.
Yes.
But I don't feel like that's what, clearly it's not what happened. Yeah.
That is really cool. But like, what's sad though is that we don't have, like, I don't have a direct, I don't know if any of us do, have like a direct line to chase much of that back. I think like my mom and her sisters, like when my grandfather was alive, I don't know if it was when he was alive, that they tried to chase back where his father's family was in India, because also the reality was not everybody came down, like they left part of their families in India.
Correct.
So, and that lineage continued.
Yes.
So the truth is we probably do have a lot of family in India that
we just don't know about.
Don't know about.
Yeah.
Which is wild. Yeah, it's wild. They did chase it back. I think they tried to reach out to the people there that were now our distant relatives.
Yes.
And if I'm not mistaken, I don't think they had any interest in like meeting us or being in contact. So I know when my mom did go, this year they just went to her grandfather's like hometown, and they just went to see what it's like and what it looks like and how people are there, and it's just that connection, just to say that I've been.
Wow.
But yeah,
That's so mean. Like, why wouldn't you want to know your family?
I think we become too far detached.
Right.
At that point.
Right.
Which is, it is sad.
I think that, on my dad's side, this is the only, I think my grandfather's as well as what they've chased back, which is why we know like Chennai and Bangalore. I know my dad is trying to get his citizenship, but apparently we can't get it. Because we like, I don't know, like fourth generation or third generation.
It's too far.
It's too far, but he has still has it. But this like brings 2 points that I want to speak about. One is this I don't know if it's the silence culture that is practiced so much in an Indian community. And by silence culture, I mean like just let's pretend like that didn't happen kind of thing.
Right.
And we came and we walked, and this is where we are now. But like not really accepting the reality of what it was. Because I think I'll be proud. I am proud either way. And I don't know if that's one of the reasons why it's like the conversation has fizzled out, or maybe like the generations that have now come after us don't really, maybe haven't even heard about it or don't have conversations about it. And the second thing is how our culture is still so glorious. Maybe there's obviously been tweaks here and there, because I don't think we do everything according to what the Indians from India do it like. But I feel like our culture is still so it's being kept, like from generation to generation.
I agree with you, but I feel like it's only in certain, like maybe in your family.
Right.
But you also need I feel like a lot of our Indian culture has been lost because South African Indians shy away from their Indian culture on the basis of religion. Because in India, whether you are Christian or Muslim or whatever your background is religiously, you were still like in a sari or a Punjabi, or when you got married in Indian attire. Like the
And
Muslim,
everyone did Nilangur.
yes,
And everyone celebrates Diwali.
yes, and even lamps. They would have like the cross on a lamp, and you would still light a lamp, and that was just the culture of how you would pray or whatever. But in South Africa, I feel like now it's shifted a lot, where the South African Indians also who are Christian divorce themselves completely from an Indian culture, maybe with the exception to food. Like you'll still cook your curry and whatever, because they associate that with religion.
Yeah.
So you won't see necessarily someone that is Christian like rushing to wear like a Punjabi to a wedding or something. It's like a very like, we'll do a white wedding. It's still not, we can have a Christian wedding, but I will wear in my Indian attire sort of a thing. Like we've adopted a completely Western culture.
That's true.
So when you say it's preserved, I think the families that still preserve the Indian culture are so strong in their mindsets to be able to carry that and not get it or not let it be lost.
Right.
But I feel like a lot has been lost.
I agree with you, which is also one of the reasons why I think I was so we've both been so wanting to have this conversation. I think also it's the schooling, right? Because I feel like when I was in primary school, and you like the sprinkling in the school, meaning like there's 2 or 3 Indians per class. You sort of like shy away from who you are and like your religion, because it's obviously something that's so to the next person is maybe something that you'd have to explain, and it's maybe not like accepted. So you end up like not wanting to celebrate things, I feel like it's only in high school and maybe now that I'm getting older that yes, like Jay Hind.
Don't lie because you're out here. Don't lie.
I can say Jay Hind and I'm a boka boka in the same sentence. I will do it.
You know when Hanuman, like, if I open your chest, the South African flag is just sitting there. Don't even lie.
No, but honestly, like, I don't know. It makes me sad to think that if we when we have children and like the generations to come, like what can we do to continue to make sure that it's passed down properly, number one, that you understand the significance of what you're doing, and that you are proud enough to carry it through. Is what, like, I feel like we're missing a bit.
I think what you're saying is right, because you have to have like understanding. And I know particularly, I'm speaking now not with Indian culture but with Hinduism, like a lot of the stuff that we do is ritualistic and has some sort of a meaning behind it. And if you don't know the meaning or the significance, you would be like, why? Like, why do I need to do that? But also, I think the gap between the generations is maybe like our grandparents also became very weird, because they are very woos, like our grandparents, because like they just like adapted this whole new personality and like way of life, and they would like talk Tamil to each other but then speak English to you, and like you know, they just had their own vibe. But I feel like tradition was also lost there, because they didn't necessarily talk to like their kids, so like our parents in Tamil. So it was lost there already. And then our parents obviously didn't speak to us like in the language either. But then like tradition wise, I feel like a lot of the stuff became things that it's just like, oh, you have to do it. Like my parents did it, so you do it. And then who said they said? Exactly.
Who's they?
We don't. So it's like a tradition that gets passed down, but you don't know the meaning and it doesn't connect with you anymore. So you just like, I'm gonna do it.
Right.
So,
but I also feel like we have a responsibility that if somebody can't explain it to you, that we literally are living in a time where knowledge is so accessible.
But you see, that's the thing. Like here, I think we've created our own like rituals and adapted to what was available here. Like I told you, my mom says in India, they don't give like fruit and milk as offerings. They do like flowers and rose water as like a basis of what we would do as our three kind fruit and milk. It's only if it's like a very big prayer that they'll do something like we put like sweets and like what prayer sweets and all of those things, and they don't do that there. So we adapted with what we could here, but it doesn't mean that
is the right thing.
But
then it's up to us
to what?
To find out what is the right thing and the significance, and understand it for ourselves so that you can carry it.
We've been doing this for like 180 some odd years this way. So and it's been working clearly. So like, what is the right way? So what is the right way?
Funny enough, I didn't know Good Friday didn't hold like any spiritual significance. Good Friday became a thing of why we went to the temple is because that's the only, because it was a Christian holiday, that was the only time us as Hindus had to go to the temple.
Oh.
Did you know that?
No.
So like Good Friday is not actually a Hindu
thing.
It was just because we were given the day off that it became so prominent in South Africa. Because I taught you something.
I learned something today.
Yeah. I wanted you to go through your fun facts that you were reading to me in the car, because I found them quite cool. So we can end the episode on.
I told you the one about like how long it takes, and you mentioned the conditions.
Yeah.
One of the ones that I found also surprising was that they say most of the Indian or first Indian workers had never even seen sugarcane before.
Wow.
They were from inland villages.
Okay.
And they came with no farming experience and were thrown straight into field work in a tropical climate.
Wow.
Some Indians refused to return to India because they found personal freedom
Okay.
in South Africa. So that's why a lot of Indian people chose to stay, I think, after that 5-year
Okay.
contract, even if they could go back. This one says Indians brought their seeds with them literally. So workers smuggled mango, tamarind, curry leaf,
Wow.
into their clothing.
Okay.
It was sewn into their clothing and hidden in their
And
luggage.
they also bring tulsi, from what I've heard.
Is
Yes,
it?
yeah.
And even the Indian myna that we see, that one's also came. The myna bird,
Yes.
the brown one that
Oh.
makes all those noises.
Okay.
Drives me really crazy next to the harida. Yes.
I don't know that.
Is not a native to South Africa. And then also, I think this we know, but like Indian curry and Durban Indian curry is just
Our food is elite. Like, I don't care what anyone has to eat with me. And my favorite food, I kid you not, that I can eat every day.
Yeah.
And that my partner and I actively hunt for is a good bani chow.
Bani chow.
Like,
the calories in a bun.
I don't care. Like, when that bread is soaked in the gravy. Oh,
The calories in a bani chow.
I do not care. I do not care.
But do you know what we do? We are crazy because they don't do this in India. We do it here in South Africa. I don't think they do it anywhere in the world. But like we carb overload.
Right.
It's like rice, potatoes, or like bread, potatoes.
Oh my God.
Biryani, potatoes. Like we put potatoes in everything.
Because it's in their rightful place.
Pasta salad, potatoes. Like,
imagine eating a curry without an up-to-date melting potato.
but that's how Indian curries are.
What a sin.
That's how Indian curries are. That is a South African Indian thing. It's not because
What do you prefer?
Potatoes.
Right. See?
Okay.
You see? I ended your argument for you.
Potatoes for the win. I did mention the religion thing to you. I think that one was pretty cool. This one says, okay, this one we know though, but some Indian surnames were changed forever at the port.
Right.
So
because they
like
couldn't pronounce it.
yes. So Naidu, Mudli, Pillai, Governor are all not those things. I think Naidu was with a U,
right?
Because it's actually Telugu.
Right.
But now we associate it with Tamil. But Naidu is a Telugu surname. Mudli, I think, was actually like spelt Mudali, like Mudali.
Okay.
Pillai was, I know this because my mom was a Pillai, is Pillai.
Okay.
That's how Pillai was spelt. And Governor,
where did you come from?
Governor, I think, was Gounden or Gounder. Like Gou, because there is still people with Gounden surnames. I think that's where, I don't know where it became Governor, but like I don't know where that came from. But Governor is actually like was made here as well.
Yeah.
Mine is still, even yours is very unique.
Yeah. Mine is unique. Like everyone with my surname is related to me.
Oh.
Which was, yeah. I won't be changing my surname, but. So I thought, and the fact about the Indian population in Durban.
That was, South Africa has the largest Indian population in Africa with 1.4 million, approximately 1.4 million people. Although I know it seems like a lot, but like I think I saw a stat that came out recently of the South African population racial split.
Yeah.
And Indians constitute of like 1.2% of the entire South African population, of which I think 80% of those people are in KZN.
Yes. We will all predominantly come from there, right?
Yeah, but I was telling you, it feels so different like moving to Johannesburg because growing up in Durban, you feel like there's just Indian people everywhere. You're like, oh, South Africa's full of Indian people. Like, what's going on? But it's actually not the case. Like, when you move out of KZN, you actually realize how seldom you might actually see.
And how excited you get when you see another Indian.
Like, what you
But
go
some of you
overseas.
people that move to Gauteng, when you see other people, it's just like,
I prefer that.
what?
No, because Indian people in Durban stare.
No, Priyanka, you're
It's
supposed to smile at your
weird.
people and be happy
No.
that you can see other Indian people.
No.
Fix yourself.
Hitler. No.
Fix yourself. So I see people, like being in Midrand, I just like love being in Midrand. To buy stuff, like you can just like samosas and like vedas and chili bites are so easily accessible.
Yeah.
I love Durban. Like honestly, I would move back in a heartbeat actually.
Asha, okay, I know this about you. I don't think so. I don't think I could survive in Durban. I think it's like so. I think I told you also because I associate a lot of the memories there with like my
The
grandfather.
granddad,
So
yeah.
it hurts me.
Yeah.
Mm. It hurts me a lot to be there when he's
Not there.
not there.
Yeah.
Or that he is not there. And I feel like it's a whole other life of mine. But I feel like this is home now.
Oh,
I just can't deal with you know what? Indian people know that they do this. Because like when you're in Durban, Indian people stare.
Yeah, no, they do.
And I'm like, why? I'm like, why? Like, why do you do that? Like, just go about your business. Like, people in Joburg don't do that shit. Like, just go about your business. I don't want to be making deep eye contact, like, with strangers.
Pretty strong.
No.
Like typical who when people see that way, like
no. Wow, she's throwing pretty privilege. Yeah, people are looking at you because you're pretty.
yes, 100%. But anyway, we deviated so much on this conversation.
What she's trying to say is learn more
Yes.
about
yes,
your damn
culture and your history. I think I want to keep it as like a running topic. I do think like in season 2 to get somebody that's a bit more educated than us. To talk about it. And I think the hope is just if you're an Indian person or not, just to like acknowledge like where we've come from and where we are and the platform we've been given, especially as Indian people. And to celebrate our culture a bit more.
Yeah.
And be a bit more proud. I know we all want to be modern these days, and everything needs to be done out of convenience. But I think just trying to learn for ourselves so that we pass things down to the next generation, because I feel like it's something that was done obviously by our ancestors, and I think it's a responsibility of ours, to be honest.
It is, and it's also special.
Yeah.
So and I feel like also sometimes it's that image
Mm.
where we let people make us feel out of place.
Correct.
So like you would sometimes not wear the Punjabi to work
Correct.
because you're like, oh, this is so extra and I might not be looked at in a certain way. But like wear it and embrace it on whichever day you want to do it. If it's a Lakshmi prayer or Diwali or whatever, just do it and feel good about yourself and true to yourself. And yeah.
Yay.